Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be having a discussion with you guys. So I was kind of thinking to myself, what would it be like if Rockstar approached me and said, hey, Mr. Boss the win, I guess for you guys, insert your name here. We want you to help design the next Grand Theft Auto game, and we kind of want you to lay out a few things. How would you have it done? And I started thinking about this, and I was like, what would I do differently from Grand Theft Auto 5? Assuming this is GTA 6, how would I want it to be in terms of features, in terms of everything? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be a massive discussion, and I want you guys to jump in the comment section down below as well. Let me know your ideas, your thoughts, your opinion. Some things I'm going to remain relatively neutral on. Some things I'm going to have more of a stronger stance. You'll definitely see that as we get into the video. But it should be fun, and it should be cool to have a nice conversation about this. And I'm well aware that the next GTA game is most likely years, if not multiple years away. But I still think it's fun to talk about this, especially because we've been in Grand Theft Auto 5 for 2.5 years now, and I always like looking forward to the future. So let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. So the first thing, would you want to see multiple protagonists like GTA 5, or would you want to see a single protagonist like all the other Grand Theft Auto games? I'm kind of torn on this one because in a single protagonist setting or a single protagonist game, you really, in my opinion, get more details on that one person. For example, Niko Bellic, you got to find out all about his backstory, why he really came to Liberty City. Same with CJ and Tommy. You find out, all the troubles they had in the past that led up to their bringing in the game. And then you've got the three protagonist system where, in my opinion, I felt the only character that got somewhat of a backstory was Michael. And I guess you could throw Trevor in there as well. But obviously we know Michael's the ex-bank robber, but we don't know much about that. We don't know much about Franklin. So I like the idea of three protagonists. I think it's cool. I think it's a safer play from the developer in terms of Rockstar. So you could love Franklin, but absolutely hate Michael. Whereas if you hated Niko Bellic, you probably weren't going to love Grand Theft Auto 4. So I kind of understand why they did it. They made GTA 5 more appealing to a wider audience because, like I said, there's some people who love Trevor. There's some people who either love Franklin or love Michael, and that's who they'll play as, and that's ultimately how they'll go about playing the game. But I feel like there's just a lot of details missing, and you don't really get to connect with one character as much. Grand Theft Auto 5 was constantly jumping from, okay, Michael's in trouble. Now he's hanging out with Trevor. Now we're going to go to Franklin. And it was kind of just like a massive craziness, and it was cool in a lot of ways, but in terms of getting to know the character, I feel like it took away from that a little bit. So that's probably going to be the biggest conversation you guys are going to have in the chat or in the description is, do you want multiple protagonists in the future, or do you only want to have one protagonist? I'd love to hear from you guys there. The second thing I want to talk about today is the setting. Should it go towards the future, or should it go back to the past? So Grand Theft Auto as a franchise has been progressing in the future, I think, every single year. Vice City 80s, San Andreas 90s, GTA 4 2000s, Grand Theft Auto 5 2010 and beyond. But I think there's a trend, especially now, people want to go back towards the past. This couldn't be more apparent in the first-person shooter genre, where the Infinite Warfare trailer from Call of Duty has 2 million, maybe 3 million dislikes, which is insane. And it's a game all about space and all about the future. Whereas Battlefield 1, a first-person shooter by DICE and EA, which takes place in World War I think has close to 1 million likes and only 20,000 dislikes, which is an insane ratio. So it seems like a lot of people want to go towards the past, and I'm kind of with you. I think it would be amazing for the next Grand Theft Auto game to go back to either the 1980s or the 1990s on the West Coast, 1980s on the East Coast, maybe in Liberty City or back to Vice City or a new city. I think it could be pretty cool, but the way it's been going, Rockstar's obviously been progressing with the times, maybe because it has better vehicles, better things to do, more possibilities to unlock, things to spend your money on, I guess you could say. But I think the past is interesting, and I think it's been such a trend going forward towards the future that a lot of people are getting sick of it, And clearly by the Call of Duty trailer, we want to see the things go to the past. I can't speak for everyone on that, and I can't speak for the open world genre like Grand Theft Auto, but I certainly would love to see a change after so many generations of going forward in time. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about today, and this kind of ties into the multiple protagonist thing, and that is multiple endings. So I know even in single protagonist games like GTA 4, there was kind of multiple endings, but there was only like variations in the same ending. Grand Theft Auto 5 had 3 completely different endings where 2 of them could eliminate 33% of the players you could play with. So it was a vastly different ending and altered the game after you were done. In Grand Theft Auto 4, even though there was kind of that alternate ending, there really wasn't much alteration of what you could do afterwards. So this one's a tough argument because a lot of people like the one outcome where like everything you do leads up to one thing. But at the same rate, a lot of people like to, I guess, choose how they want their game to end. And this especially comes into play with Grand Theft Auto 5 if you like one character over another. But I'm not sure. I thought the 3 ending system was cool in GTA 5, but I didn't love it enough. I went with the standard ending where all of them live. It's been 2.5 years. There's no more spoilers for Grand Theft Auto 5. If you don't know the ending, then I'm sorry that I just spoiled the ending for you. But nonetheless, I just chose the most generic one. So honestly, I'd rather just have Rockstar flesh out a more defined ending than have to kind of split them up into 3 different ways. That's kind of my personal opinion though. Number 4 is map progression. So this is something I thought of when I was playing around with some GTA 5 map mods, is how would it work if it was in the same style as GTA San Andreas, Vice City, Liberty City, I guess in Grand Theft Auto 4, where the map unlocks via a progression system. Now, I completely understand that the power of consoles, that being the current generation and PC, now allow us to load full maps without the barriers that we saw in those lesser games like on the PS2 and Xbox Original. But at the same rate, I kind of liked it in GTA 4 where they start you on that one island, and as you go throughout the campaign, you unlock other islands. It was the exact same way in GTA Vice City. It was the exact same way in San Andreas, where you went from city to city to city, as compared to having the entire map unlocked for you from the beginning. I see the pros and cons of both. The open map system allows you to explore. You're obviously not buried off by any imaginary walls. You can free to do whatever you want, interact with whoever you want. And I think that the same argument can be made for the progression system, is it keeps you on more of a linear rail. So if you're more of a way out there open world kind of guy where you just like to explore, the open system of Grand Theft Auto 5 is really nice. However, if you love the kind of story of GTA and the progression and everything like that, then you might kind of like the GTA 4 style and obviously all the other GTAs. I think that's an interesting topic as well. Number 5, building interiors. I am really shocked that Rockstar didn't open up so many interiors outside of cutscenes. You guys know the other day I did an all open interiors live stream video where we checked out a bunch of locked buildings like the Life Invader, Tequila La, the Bahama Mamas Club. And it's weird that none of those are open outside of their respective cutscenes in-game. And it's a real buzzkill because in GTA 4, there were so many different places you could go in. In GTA Vice City, a game that came out on the PS2, there were shopping malls you can go inside. There were so many other buildings you can go in. And it just seems like GTA 5 went in the exact opposite direction. Now, I'm guessing it was Rockstar's plan to just keep people outside of buildings. Maybe they didn't want to turn it into like a shopping simulator or a going and building simulator, but I think that takes away from the realism. And especially when you've gone in those buildings in the campaign. The Life Invader building kind of strikes me and is an example. Why can't we go in that after the building? Can we not break in? I think that would be fun to see like security alarms go off and see what happens if you just break into a random building. So I think that opening the interiors in future games would be nice. I much preferred the GTA 4 style where you could even go in the casual places like Cluck and Bell and Burger Shot. That seems to be non-existent in Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'm not sure why, because the technology is there to create some awesome building interiors. These next two kind of go hand in hand, so I figured I would talk about them kind of back to back. The first one is overpowered police. So in Grand Theft Auto 5, the police are extremely overpowered. However, in Grand Theft Auto 4, the police are basically just rubber duckies. They don't do really anything to stop you. You can very easily get away. So I think there needs to be a balance from just a potato to the T-1000 in Terminator, because that's kind of what we have in GTA 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5. The police are way too sensitive. They react to too many things. Just staring at them will get you like 2 stars and they'll shoot you. It's a giant pain, especially in the Grand Theft Auto Online realm, which is a whole different conversation. But in Grand Theft Auto 4, I feel like you could get away with too much. And especially if you like committed a crime, all you had to do was drive about a block away and they would stop chasing you. So there needs to definitely be a balance. And like I said, that's a great segue into the next thing, which is oversensitive pedestrians. The pedestrians react really weird in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like I said, you can just stare at them and they'll like call the cops on you. That's not normal pedestrian behavior. I think GTA 4 had a little bit better, where like you'd actually see the pedestrians react to you, react to the things you do. In Grand Theft Auto 5, there's like normal pedestrian and then pedestrian that you've scared by pulling out your cell phone and then they go sprinting into traffic. So I think that there was, like I said, a weird balance there. Maybe it's the engine that Rockstar was using in GTA 4 versus GTA 5. I'm really not too sure, but it's just the pedestrians seem to act very weird to you, the player, and they also just do weird things on their own. Like if you ever just sit and watch NPCs, whether they're driving their cars or they're interacting, you'll see like 2 people get in a fist fight together on the street just because they're like standing right next to each other, which again, rarely ever happens in real life. So I think that needs to be fixed. Second to last thing I want to talk to you guys about today, if Rockstar returns a protagonist or makes a protagonist return, please don't kill them off immediately. I'm looking at you, Johnny Klebitz. I guess you couldn't really decide your own fate, but there's a lot of great characters in GTA 5, and if they were ever to make, I'm guessing they will, another GTA game, don't just kill them off immediately. I thought it was really sad that Johnny just like literally bit the bullet immediately. That was pretty much it for him, especially considering he was such a great character in Grand Theft Auto 4. So if they do happen to bring someone back, whether it's someone crazy like Simeon from the car dealership or Lamar, please don't kill them off instantly. They are really cool characters, and I'd love to see them actually have a role in a future GTA game. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about today is kind of minor, but I thought it was kind of interesting, and that is cheat codes. So you can actually have a lot of fun with the cheat codes, but I think they're really weak in Grand Theft Auto 5. They were weaker in GTA 4. I think the height of Grand Theft Auto cheat codes was in Vice City and San Andreas, where you could do the wackiest things ever, like make cars fly while being on fire, while, shrinking cars and turning them all black and pink and clowns and people walking around in bikinis and bathing suits. There was a lot of cool things you can do, and those cheats just really don't seem to be available in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'd love for Rockstar to consider that. But anyways, those are all the topics we're going to be going over in today's video. Of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'm sure there's going to be a very discussion-heavy video there. If you did go on to enjoy, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With that out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.